Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here with week 46 of the H.A.M Radio Podcast.
And it is me, the King of Kangaroos, the LoneVaultWanderer.
My name is Noah, and we spent an unreasonable amount of time setting a live podcast up, but we got it working. See the ARC technology, it's just not as up to date. A lot of it's wood. There's a lot of hay for some reason.
So yes, as Noah is saying, we are actually live right now recording the podcast, and it'll go up on YouTube and iTunes later. So it's pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of big things. We're trying to revamp the t-shirt store finally. We're on iTunes, by the way. We're mobile now, so the link is down below if you want to listen to us on the go. Go for that.
Mm-hmm.
We recommend that.
Really quick. Terra Incognito says, how much you want to bet Noah leaves halfway through? All right, Terra, I'll fucking take that bet.
Noah should stay, I think. Right?
I bet $20 Noah is gonna leave halfway through. Go fuck yourself, all of you. Anyway, back to the.
Anyways,
so the reason we're encouraging you guys to listen on the go is because at the end of this podcast and every podcast from now on, we're gonna read our favorite reviews out there for iTunes, and once we go mobile on Android devices with SoundCloud, we'll start doing that as well. But we want to encourage you guys to start listening on the go so you can take us with you wherever you want to go. So by all means, head to iTunes if you have a Apple device and listen away. Leave your reviews, and hopefully you will have yours read on the podcast. Try not to be too much of an idiot. Well, I should mention that as well.
Wait, what?
Yeah, just try not to be that much of an idiot while you leave your reviews. But anyway,
I love those. I like when someone
it's
really
like
gets
when
creative
our whole
with it.
entire podcast review section is like ham sandwich jokes and stupid shit.
You know what though? It's fucking fun. Okay, we're just gonna spring right into this. I'm gonna read some of these.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna read one. Okay.
Right. No.
How about we each read one? Do we each have access to look at it?
Yeah, sure. Let's do this.
Okay. You okay, Matt?
What?
You guys go first, and I'll get mine up. All right.
I'm gonna read my favorite. So this one is where is it? Okay, so this one's from Amada Pro 817, and it's titled "So Fire It Burnt Down a Shoe Carnival," and it consists of I was listening to this podcast in my local shoe carnival, then the whole place burst into flames. 10 out of 10 would play again. Goes to Applebee's and asterisks. Damn son. Like that was some shit.
That's pretty funny.
You want to go on?
Well, for fucking some reason for me, it's not showing up the reviews. So, Matty, you go.
All right. Honestly,
I really like this one by Boss Halo 219. Ad Victoriam is the name of the review title. 5 stars, 69 out of 420. Not enough, Noah. You got a kangaroo with a Bioshock addiction, a weeb ginger who likes Japanese girls and Boston, and some dude who looks like that one guy with the game that goes boom butterfly effect, and they all like Fallout. I hope you know what you're getting into.
I love my favorite of that is that he calls you a weeb ginger. It's so fucking aggressive.
I was about to say, kangaroo with the Bioshock addiction, not bad. Guy who looks like the person from Until Dawn. Weeb ginger who likes Japanese girls, and then makes fun of my very slight accent.
Yep. All right, and I'll read a non-funny one to say we actually do have some serious reviews on there. This is from Alex Zoot, which says, "Finally your mobile." Yeah, he is. Finally, your mobile. Been a fan of Lone since before he met Matty. Thank you very much, Alex. I appreciate that. I actually found Matty through Lone when he first did the first podcast, and I fell in love with the third charming voice, Noah. I didn't sub to him straight away as he's no longer uploading to YouTube, though I am now talking to the three amigos on Twitter a lot. Please give these guys a go. You won't regret it. So that was really sweet.
That's a solid one. That is a sweet one. And thanks for talking to us on Twitter. Mm-hmm. I love the stupid shit that you fucking say to me every day, and I look at it, and part of my brain dies. But it's wonderful. I'm just kidding.
And we'd also like to thank Nissan right now, live. He's actually modding the stream, so thank you very much, Nissan. Mm-hmm. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Nissan's modding.
If you guys want to leave your own review, there's a link in the description, or search MrMattyPlays, and you'll find the H.A.M Radio Podcast there. And if you type in H.A.M Radio Podcast, by the way, it's just not going to work. There's just too many. Maybe until we get more ratings and reviews. Right? Yeah, it's mine. I own this podcast. The others don't matter. I'm the spotlight. All right.
Anyways,
let's dive into this week's Bethesda news. I guess we could call it Bethesda discussion, more so until Bethesda actually gets off their ass and fucking does something. I'm just kidding. It's a little too early for that. So let's talk about the topic that we forgot and then remembered, and Lone and I had a glorious celebration.
Yes. Would you like me to mention it, Matty?
Yeah, by all means, let's do this.
Alrighty, so I don't know if anyone's noticed, there's just been a lot of, I guess, discussion and debate in the Fallout community about so many different things, whether it's about New Vegas being definitive or, Fallout 4 not being a good RPG, things like that. There's been a lot of that and a lot of disagreement. And there's one thing that I've been seeing a lot about where people are like, oh, Bethesda's just leaving it up to the community to fix Fallout 4, they should be doing all of this stuff themselves. And I have a bit of an issue with that because how many developers actually support modding like Bethesda does? It's not like a flick of the switch and modding is possible. It actually requires a lot of effort, creating a separate creation kit to be sent out to people, actually supporting now modding on the consoles, which I don't believe has been done since Unreal Tournament. So it's not just like, they're leaving up to the community. They're providing a huge platform to be able to make modding possible. And many developers don't do that because it's a resource hog. It really is. So I just wanted to talk about this topic generally.
Yeah, I get a little annoyed at the constant... Bethesda relies on the players to fix their games always, It's like, well, if the tools weren't there, then players wouldn't realize, that, hey, I can do something about this thing that might irk me. Usually it might just kind of go over your head, or something that you'd kind of brush under the rug and be like, it's not a big deal. But in every Bethesda Game Studios game, you can go in and just say, I want to get rid of that, and if you're smart enough to do so, you can. For me, it was such a little thing, but when I saw a mod for it, I almost lost my mind. It was called, Remove Dead Things or something like that. And you know how, in some settlements in Fallout 4, they have, dead bodies all around, but they're just there. Even though you rebuilt the whole thing, the dead bodies are there. It's a little thing that irked me, but I was just like, whatever. Then you see a mod for it, and you're like, oh, that's awesome. And then you start thinking, well, why didn't Bethesda do that? But it's like, they're not going to say, oh, let's have them scrap dead bodies. Who cares? It's such a little thing. Yeah. I've noticed that modding usually fixes the little things. There's never been this big thing. The only big thing I can think of is in Fallout 3 New Vegas, the sprint mod. I wonder why they left out sprinting.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, sprinting, yeah.
What do you think, Noah?
I think you guys know my opinion on this topic already.
I wouldn't ask if we knew.
It's too long to express.
No, it's not. Just say it, Noah. We appreciate.
I don't have an opinion. I don't. Modding is important. I don't really do it, quite honestly, but it's important. It's good to give that the ability to make that content for people and shit.
I just I completely disagree with the notion that Bethesda's just leaving it up to the community. And I think we just need to remember that Bethesda is a very small team. They're only 100 people. So yes, we have thousands of modders thinking about all of these different ideas and creating all these crazy mods. And we're like, yeah, Bethesda shouldn't have thought of that. Or should have thought of that. They should have done that. But it's 100 people versus thousands and thousands of modders, right? So we just need to, be a bit fair to them, and we can't just say, Bethesda should increase their numbers.
That's so fucking true. How did that make me think of that? There's 100 people in an office versus 20 million copies owned. What the fuck? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And again, 100 people, and we can't just say that Bethesda should increase their numbers, because then we're going to be losing the aspect of Bethesda Game Studios that makes them so important and unique. The fact that they are so close-knit and they are so, that they have a good relationship with one another. That's what makes their games great. So if we increase the studio, we potentially lose that. So let's just bear that in mind too.
Yeah, I mean, someone said in the chat that they're not leaving it to the community. They're saying they're doing their thing and so are the modders. But the issue, I think, is that people don't realize that. People just think Bethesda fucking kicks their legs up on their desk and goes, yeah, fucking leave that shit out, man.
All right, we're fucking done.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We're done with this game.
They just sit there and read a magazine.
Yeah.
No, they
don't.
They
get paid
take
for
Snapchats of his pubes or something in his office. Everyone's like, Todd, you can't do that. And he's like, yeah, get in there. And he's shoving his phone.
No, we're never gonna get Todd on the podcast if you keep saying things like this.
I know. What do you? I didn't say anything offensive.
No. Any other remaining thoughts on this topic?
There's people here in this live, so we can't really we can edit it for the official
we can't
version.
Really edit things, can we?
When do we even edit these anyways, guys? Let's be honest here.
We've had guests on that have said some pretty fucked up stuff that we've had to cut out. I'll say that much.
Okay.
I won't name names, but I've had to cut out some pretty fucking shitty stuff.
Do you remember what was? Do you remember what was said?
Yes.
No, the point is
but
that
I'm not gonna say
it. Was it a racial slur?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Anyways, okay, cool.
If people don't know as well, when we get guests on the podcast, whether it's Brian or whatever, we always give them the assurance that if you say anything that you don't want to go live, we will edit that out because we want to maintain a good relationship with our guests. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, they appreciate that and they realize that. And you guys as well. So
I want to mention one thing. I don't mean to feed off the chat right now, but someone said, and we're going to do this if we ever get Todd Howard on, why don't you call this the H.A.M Radio Toddcast?
That's clever. That is very clever.
Yeah,
I'll just call up Todd Howard because he's on my phone.
Maybe
we can't contact the man. We can't contact the man. Like, he has no public email. He's on the BGS Twitter. That's about it.
So I'm almost positive, like, he does this on purpose. Like,
oh, definitely, without a doubt.
So let's discuss.
I can't imagine he's just.
Oh.
No. Go ahead.
This is the H.A.M Radio Podcast where we cut each other off.
Honestly, the chat is fucking distracting me. I'm just not gonna look at it right now.
I just keep it up, just as like a reference point, in case I'm wrong. I can correct myself or something.
A reference point for what? Abuse?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, that too. There's a lot of assholes in here, but that's besides the point.
All right, we gotta get back on track.
Fallout 4's release date for their DLC leak. This is a piece of news that I covered on my channel personally, or will rather in the future. But basically, what happens is now when people add the season pass to their cart on Steam, it's saying that it's going to be available March 2016. And obviously, knowing Fallout fans, they're like, oh well, this is obviously a leak by Valve, and we're gonna get DLC around that time. So, shall we explain a little bit what this exactly is, or do you guys not really have an idea? Because I think it's a placeholder date, personally. I don't think it's a leak.
It won't surprise me. Placeholder dates are pretty common these days. They'll like aim for a rough around the edges date, and that's what the placeholder date usually is. But it can change very easily,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to remember.
I believe quarter one of the games industry ends around March, correct? So that's what I thought it was an estimation for, sometime in Q1.
Okay, so what date was Fallout 3? I just want to look at Fallout 3 as an example. The first DLC, I believe, was released in October.
3 months after. It came out in January. I remember this because I did a video. It came out in October, and the first piece of DLC was in January.
Okay, so about the same. Yeah, March could seem plausible. Like, it's hard because we have nothing to go off of. It's easy to say that it's a placeholder because that's the obvious.
Well, what about like February even? Like late February, you think? Maybe?
Well, the thing is that I expected the creation kit to be out sometime during January. Now, mind you, as we record this podcast, January's not over yet, but
it's January 23rd.
They did say early 2016. I didn't know. Like, I think January was the obvious date to suggest because they said early 2016. But I reckon maybe Feb and March that we'll get it. But again, this is one of those things that takes a lot of time and effort to actually spit out. But I know a lot of people are waiting for it because how many mods are we getting now without a creation kit, and how many more great mods are we going to be getting with it? So,
yeah,
I don't know though.
Whatever, Nissan. It's not the creation kit. Fuck this guy.
It's not creation. It's called the
GEC. We know it's called.
Actually,
swine.
Hold on now. Hold on, Nissan. Okay, because I know Bethesda said that Fallout 4 is running on an updated version of the creation kit. Now, mind you, maybe the modding kit is called the GEC, but the engine itself is the updated creation kit. So culturally, technically, we're correct. Who gives a fuck what it's called?
You uncultured swine. That was so rude, Nissan. You know what? We really are reading off the chat, aren't we? It's inevitable.
Because I despise rude people.
Hey, he's modding our chat. We got to be nice to Nissan.
No, we don't.
Modding again, air quotes. I'm staring at the chat too. You don't see me modding it. Starts banning everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
I love it. We always get off track. You know what? We're just going to let it happen from now on. I'm not even going to try and bother getting us back on track with that podcast because that's the beauty.
I'll be the one to do that. So this DLC date, we talk about DLC a lot. Do you think this would be a good estimation point, or do you think they're going to pull a fucking Skyrim and wait until June to do their first piece of DLC when no one gives a fuck anymore? And so help me God if they do. I'm going to be so mad.
I think one of the things with Skyrim was they probably had the DLC ready, but it may have been bugged or something may have been up with it. God, fuck, hi, VaultWanderer. Jesus, hi, I see you.
You know, Daedalus, you had the chance to be on this podcast.
He said hi like 30 times. Yeah, we invited you on, and you're like, hey, I don't want to reply. I'm just going to keep talking to Monty in the group chat. Or whoever the fuck that was.
Oh my god, this is great. This is absolutely fantastic. Anyways, back on topic. I'll do it. So, the thing that I want to know, and I didn't really follow Skyrim closely at the time, so I don't know this. When was the creation kit, or GECK, or whatever the fuck you call it, when was that released for Skyrim?
See, I think that was within the first 2 months of the year.
Okay. So, obviously, you know, past practices may not be really indicative of what might happen now. But it's weird because if a bunch of them are working on getting this creation kit out, there might be a bit of a gap between that and the release of the first DLC. Yeah. You know, we could get the creation kit out this month, next month, in March, and then that'll just push back the DLC, I think.
I agree. I think so too, but it's just like such a small segment of the community is going to experience the creation kit. Like 85% of players are going to be like, all right, that's cool, but I'm on the consoles. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what...
But for those on the consoles now, you do have a vested interest in the creation kit because that's going to determine when you get mods on the console.
I'll be impressed if they get out console modding, like, before
within the
summer.
Next 6 months.
Yeah, like if they do it after summer, like sometime in like September or some shit, like that wouldn't surprise me. But if they did it like during the summer or like May or something, I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, holy shit, that's impressive.
I'm still really interested as to how that's going to work. I mean, they say it's going to be through Bethesda.net, but is it going to be like an app on the Xbox and PlayStation? That's my best guess, because I can't imagine having to use like, what's the Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge on Xbox to go to Bethesda.net and download mods that way. Or maybe you download them to a USB and then put them on your Xbox. I mean, who knows?
I mean, there's also, you could add something to like the main menu and then have like, you know, you click Bethesda.net or console mods or whatever. When you click on it, it opens up like an app separately because, you know, both the systems can have like multiple apps running at the same time. So maybe do it that way. Where it's like it feeds through the main game and somehow connects, and then you like just check off what you want. Kind of like make it simplistic though, like the Steam Workshop.
Yeah, true. So I don't even know. Are we getting Steam Workshop support as well? It seems like we are.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Because
the initial, I say in quotes, leak was through a patch on Steam, and you know there were a bunch of screenshots coming from like a lot of our viewers and listeners that. The part of the patch was the workshop content, so it's coming. It's definitely going to be out within the month, like within another 30 days. Like that's what I'm guessing. That's when the creation kit.
I wouldn't say another 30 days. I think it's gonna be a little longer than that. Honestly,
I don't know. I think whenever it does come out, if we get Steam Workshop support, I think at that day or that stage roughly, we'll also get the GECK. Because it just makes sense. I think Bethesda would want to go all out with it and say, yep, we've got Steam Workshop modding support now. Here is the GECK to be able to create great mods, and we're still working on Bethesda.net to help console mods. It's really difficult to say because we're just speculating.
I think the console mods are going to hold off a lot of things.
Yeah. But they can't take too long because, you know, the Xbox One and PS4, their lifespans...
Look, you can promise whatever the fuck you want when you're in marketing. The second the product's out and people are buying it, though, it's like, all right, well, we can... You know,
I was going to say, though, the problem is that with, you know, modding on Skyrim, for example, it lasted years because the PC is an ongoing platform. But with the Xbox One and PS4, eventually new consoles are going to come out, so they can't wait too long.
Well, maybe if you add modding, you know, support to enough games as the time goes along. I mean, we're still really in the early years of these consoles. I mean, you know, the 360 was out in like what, 06?
Yeah, but 360 and PS3 were different. They were out for ages. I think they were out for 7 years before we got new consoles. I think that'll be reduced with these new consoles, to be honest.
But my point is, you add mod support, and that adds length to the lifespan. Hopefully,
true.
You know, hey, it could also just be a crash and burn thing where it's just really useless, you know, and it doesn't work great. I'm just looking at both ends of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Entirely possible. It could just not work out like Skyrim on the PS3.
Someone just said, I'm sorry, someone just Ace Raptor 55 just went Wii U Master Race.
Oh man. Well, what the Wii U's like not a thing now, right? See,
Please stand by.
These are the bits of the podcast that we edit out, right?
Yeah. Let me just let me just mark down that time right there.
All right.
20.
I
love it.
Live viewers heard it, so
20, 30.
I think we're good.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me that Noah, you could add Matty into the call?
Is Matt's already here, right?
Yeah.
I thought he dropped out.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
You're here, yeah.
I
it
was
just
gone.
a couple minutes, I guess.
I was gone. What I was saying though is that the Wii U's like not terribly well supported, as we all know. It kind of reminds me of the PS Vita, but like the games that come out on it aren't bad, and like they have that game Pokken Tournament coming out, which I know is not going to sell fucking systems, but like
is Monster Hunter on the Wii U?
Yes, I don't think the newest one isn't Monster Hunter Ultimate 4 or some shit, which is apparently like amazing, but 3 is. I don't know. They can't.
Monster Hunter started on DS, right? Sorry.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay.
They had one on the PSP. I remember that. That was the first time.
Because I know people like the Wii U, like the people who have it, they have fun with it. My brother has one and he loves it, and he's fucking 28. But
I mean, I know that they can't fuck up the NX, the Nintendo NX thing. That's like their new system. That's gonna be like both portable and like a home console.
I think that is going to be the biggest gimmick in the world.
They can't.
No, they can't be a gimmick because they've made that mistake with the Wii U, essentially, right?
Yeah. They already made a step in the right direction. They ditched the name Wii. That's the first right thing they did because that name is just toxic. I watched a video by Review Tech USA and he was so right. It's just a toxic name. You're not going to catch any eyes with the name Wii because now it's associated with the word dead.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Dead you.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, exactly.
I watched that exact same video, and he mentioned how people thought that the Wii U was just a periphery or an add-on or an accessory for the Nintendo Wii, and I could totally get that. But you're right. Now they need to ditch the Wii. To be honest, can they not go for such a corny name like the Wii? I get it, like Wii Play, like haha, but do something a bit different, please.
We Nintendo. We're so fucking cute and shit.
The thing about Nintendo is and
recycle IPs that are 30,000 years old.
But they have the best IPs. Like they have the best.
Zelda 38.
Noah, you can't deny that out of any other software developer, Nintendo has the best. And
you're talking to the wrong guy.
No, they have the most number of the best IP and best games. You can't deny that.
I can agree with it. You're right. They do have an impressive amount of IPs that are their own that are fantastic and old school.
Yeah, nothing
good,
like Mario jumping on more fucking mushrooms again. Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
That doesn't get old.
It gets fucking old, and the lack of third party support just gets annoying.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Look, there are problems with Nintendo like any other developer, right? But you got like I keep going back to the fact that if this was any other developer like Microsoft or Sony that didn't have third-party support and just had first-party IP, that console would crash and burn. But Nintendo is managing to keep afloat.
No. But PlayStation would be okay if they brought back like IPs like Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Like you kept those afloat.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank.
Along with new ones like The Last of Us, Uncharted. I know those are both from the same studios, but like.
I tell you what, when I played PS2, Ratchet and Clank was my favorite game. That game was the shit. It was awesome. Like especially with the new game plus mode where you can go back and play with the upgraded weapons. Oh, amazing. Anyway.
So any other Bethesda related things we need to talk about here today?
There's really.
I don't think so.
Okay, hold on. We should address the whole New Vegas thing. Maddie and I have a dual com that's coming out addressing the whole New Vegas debates that are going on. So
let's talk about that again, just to kind of really hammer it in. Just to kind of really.
Do we want to get into it?
Yeah, but not like heavy. Like we're not angry about it. We're confused.
Okay.
All of a sudden, New Vegas is perfect.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Okay, this is the thing that we're seeing now on the internet, right? People are essentially holding New Vegas up to this pedestal and saying that it's the perfect game and better than Fallout 4 in every single way. It's better than Fallout 4 in terms of RPG elements and some other elements as well. but not in a lot of other aspects as well. The open world aspect, I think Fallout 4 is better. In terms of what's there to explore, I think Fallout 4 is better. I think it's a really close tie between the stories. I thought New Vegas was a really interesting story. In terms of choice, I think New Vegas shits on Fallout 4. But this is the thing. These kinds of discussions, you can bring up strengths and weaknesses for both games. You can't definitively say that one is better than the other, but that's what a lot of people are doing now with New Vegas, and I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I see. The thing is that I'll admit I was the first one to shit on New Vegas for a while, but I eventually came around to it before Fallout 4 was announced, before there was this crazy hype where like I probably wouldn't have played Fallout 1 and 2 if I wasn't as excited for Fallout 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted more Fallout, and that was my way of getting it, and I really enjoyed playing them. But what I'm saying is that I don't want people to think we're contradicting ourselves when we say that New Vegas isn't the perfect game. It's not the definitive Fallout game. And looking back at the series, there is no definitive game. Each one tries something new and fucks up in a lot of regards.
I would say, though, for me, and I want to ask this question to you two as well. I would say, for me, the definitive Fallout game is probably Fallout 3.
That's for me as well.
That's the one I compare.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that, and I think a lot of people do, is simply for nostalgic reasons. Because Fallout 3 introduced me to the series. And also as well, Fallout 3 is essentially the savior of the Fallout franchise. If it wasn't for Fallout 3 and if it wasn't for Bethesda, who knows what would have happened with Fallout. But again, that's coming from a position of complete bias because that was the first game I played. And that's why I like Ocarina of Time, for example, because that was the Zelda game that resonated with me most and the first one I really got into. But you can't say that, you're wrong if you say New Vegas is better than 3, because that's just your opinion on it. And a lot of people have said that New Vegas was their introduction to the Fallout franchise, and it only makes sense if they like it more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And we've had this argument so many times, but
it's not a matter of 3 versus New Vegas. Like, for me, I'd probably agree that 3 is the definitive game, but not because it's like nostalgic or my favorite or anything. It's because I think it mixes what is, what Fallout is, but still brings it into a new generation fine, and it's the most familiar one to everyone. It still has granted there aren't that many, it still has choices you can make, it still has lots of quests, it has a nice open world, it has the Fallout personality, it has mostly everything that you'd come to expect from a Fallout game, just not as much role playing. But this is where we now backtrack once again to our first thing we stated, which is there isn't a definitive game because then Fallout 3 has a list of flaws. Fallout 1 does, Fallout 2, New Vegas, Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel, the shitty overhead one. Each one has a list of things that they have tried, failed, and succeeded in.
Well, look, no, none of them are perfect, okay? They're all going to be fucking weird in some way.
Oh, agree 100%. And
Fallout New Vegas had the crafting system that was barely used, and when it was used, it was
watch, someone in the chat will argue you. I can promise you.
It was the best crafting system ever.
Yeah, but
I will fuck yourself, Noah.
I will sit here and openly admit I've probably used the ammo crafting system twice.
Oh, I never used the ammo crafting. I never used it.
Twice.
I used it once.
And there are people who are like
piercing rounds, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's literally that mechanic is used to tailor the agenda of people who are trying to defend New Vegas. Oh, well, they got this beautiful crafting system that was already there. What did Fallout 4 add? I'm like, did you use that system?
Yeah. And then also
let me scrap down my ammo for powder that I can use to build other ammo. Let me do that.
The AIDS just described my nerdy voice as a neckbeard voice. And that's fantastic.
But look, I guess what we're trying to say is that New Vegas isn't perfect, Fallout 4 isn't perfect, 3 isn't perfect, and you can't just use the whole, Fallout New Vegas is a good RPG, therefore it shits on Fallout 4. That's not fair, because it has a lot of other weaknesses that everyone is sweeping under the rug. Like the loading screens. I remember shit loading screens for New Vegas, and it prevented me from playing twice. And you guys are laughing about the chat, aren't you?
I'm laughing because Nissan's like,
you know what, Matt? Fuck you! I love doing that.
Yeah, I knew he would have been the only person. Yeah, there's a couple of people saying no. Yeah, some people are saying no. Some people are saying yes. I don't know. It's once again split.
Real quick, I have to read this. Lone, Maddie, and Noah are just like Harry, Ron, and Hermione, respectively.
Wait, who's who? Who is who?
I wonder. Hold on. Let's take a second. I wonder who the fuck I am. I wonder who I am.
So I'm gonna say Matt is probably
Okay, hold on.
Do you have to really think
Matt's
about that?
Harry.
I thought I'd be wrong because of my hair, but okay.
No,
oh, he's definitely wrong, Noah. Come on now.
Yeah, but I don't.
He's definitely wrong, Noah.
Fuck off.
We gotta figure this out, though. Okay. So, okay, fine. We'll call Matt Ron. But who's Harry?
Okay.
Because I'm not.
I'll admit it. I think I'm Hermione because in terms of like intelligence wise and stuff, I feel myself that I was like the nerd in high school. So I'll go with that.
Hockey dick.
No, I thought I was a nerd.
That's fine. And I guess I'll be what's it called?
Well, you're Harry because you have glasses. That's simple.
I just want to be Hagrid.
No.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Okay, alright. Lone is Harry, apparently. Okay, fair enough.
You're a wizard, Noah.
So someone, Mech Destroyers, brought up a point, alright?
Noah is a dick.
Listen, Mech Destroyers has just raised the point about New Vegas' developer time, and he wants us to talk about that. We had Chris Avalone on the other week in the podcast, and he said that the development time wasn't much of an issue as everyone think it was.
That's true.
Remember that, alright? So, while it was a short development time, they still had an engine and a game to work off of in Fallout 3. So, and then when you have one of the lead guys in Chris Avalone say it wasn't that much of an issue, it's hard to debate against that.
Yeah. The guy who wrote the game, mind you. The guy who fucking wrote the dialogue that you were speaking that you praised so hard in New Vegas.
The whole time I just wanted to tell him it was shit. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't shit. I did not want to do that.
Avalone was a liar. I was there. It was a problem. Shut up, Fallout. Oh, man. So, any other topics about Fallout?
I mean, do we have anything else to say?
So there's stuff on sale. I recently picked up Rocket League. So Rocket League.
All right, so hold on. I'm supposed to roll into it for a second here. All right, let's move on to segment 3, our general gaming topic, where we talk about what we're playing and our favorite gaming news bit. Noah, would you like to go first?
Yeah, fuck. What's it called? I bought Rocket League this morning and played it for 86 minutes according to Steam, and it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. It's fun. I imagine it being a lot of fun with friends. I had fun by myself, but I think it would be really cool with friends.
Do you not have
Rocket League was also boring in my opinion. As a person is here, that's their name on Twitch. They said that. I guess I could see how one would see it boring. Again, it's fun with friends.
Yeah,
is where I see it. But Noah has no friends. No, it's true. But
it was a joke, Noah. I'm sorry.
That's a joke.
I feel bad. No, but
I socially awkward. My job is to be social, Padilla. Go fuck yourself.
I can't find any reason to like bash on Rocket League or anything because I haven't played it. As far as I see, it's a really good game, and it also mixes one of my loves, and that is football. I love football, and I think it was really ingenious.
For 13, it's on sale right now. Like I said, Lone, you should definitely pick it up, Matt. You should.
You know what? You know what? The biggest difference though is that there's no flopping in Rocket League. There's no flopping.
You know what, Matty? Let's not get into it.
I had to do this
Football is the world's game for a reason. It's the beautiful game.
I have to agree with Lone on this. It is.
There's more.
Matt's like, no, dude, hockey player, dude, honestly.
Dude, hockey is a well-renowned sport, I swear.
Well, in the Olympic terms, it is. In the Olympic, this is going to be unfair because it's a 2-on-1 here, so I'm going to need the chat to back me up. But for me, I'm saying from an Olympic standpoint.
I'm not getting on you for it. I'm just saying soccer is not only full of people who flop and shit.
I know, but I did watch my fair share during. When the fuck was it?
So have I.
I'm saying no. I know. I'm saying no. For me, it's like you know. I know it's like a stereotype that people who play hockey like hate football or like. And mind you, for the Americans listening, we're talking soccer when we say football.
Soccer.
But
it's not soccer. It's called football.
Says some fucking.
No, God.
Thanks. Yeah.
But for me, you know, it's. You know, I go against that stereotype. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and actually watch some games. And you know, I think it was like a World Cup or some shit like that. And
I think it was like a World Cup. It was the World Cup, Matty.
Yeah,
the most watched sports event.
It was one of the World Cups.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't pay attention to 50,000 leagues and series.
Say you watched the soccer game.
Yeah, I watched multiple games against multiple teams. And I mean, there were some times where they actually got legitimately hurt. I saw a guy straight up get kicked in the face. I was like, damn, that hurts.
Right,
but there were
the World
times.
Cup, the World Cup is where the diving is gonna fucking happen.
Why?
You know, like that's where it's gonna.
Well, because
it's the World Cup, Matt.
It's the most on the line, Matty.
Well, who would that? Do you have no pride?
Well, no, we're not saying we're okay with it. Every time it happens, you do realize fans completely boo it, right?
Yeah. They see it too, dude. But if they can slip a foul in and get the advantage, they're gonna fucking do it.
Let me give an example.
Right. But
let me give an example, right?
People do it in hockey too.
No,
so
I know they
back
do,
in the
but
day,
it's very
one of the
rare.
best players. Listen, back in the day, one of the best players, Maradona, he scored a goal which was called the Hand of God goal because he actually touched it with his hand. All right, but do people remember him doing that or winning the game more? Winning the game, and unfortunately, that's why it happens. I don't agree with it. I don't approve it, but people do that.
I'm sorry.
So,
does it have anything to do with anyone faking an injury?
It has to do with people cheating. It has to do with people cheating.
Every foul that occurs in a sport does not have to end either in a fight or like a concussion, like it does in hockey. I like hockey. Don't get me wrong on this.
I like
Hockey
soccer,
is just soccer on ice.
But you can't say that everyone in soccer is diving because that's not true.
That's not fair. It is not fair.
It's not fair. In the World Cup, yeah, because like Lone said, there's more on the line.
But still, not everyone is diving. Like that just gets picked up on by the media because it's
and cleats are not easy to like run in.
What?
You can move around and.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Sorry, my mum said. Okay, hold up.
Wow.
Mom, get the camera! We're doing a live podcast!
The fucking manners of Noah. Or wow, did I say Noah? I meant Lone. And now he fucked up the picture. Yeah, there you go.
Obviously, CSGO is the best sports, guys. Nissan. That's fucking funny.
So,
I think we're waiting on Lone now.
Let's talk about Rocket League. What?
All right,
the
Rocket
League,
League.
Me, where like every match is like you're like on the edge of your seat kind of thing.
Yes, and I'm fucking screaming. Like if Matt, if all three of us played if all three of us played Rocket League, and what's it called? We actually like did a 3v3 and streamed it. It would be fucking hilarious.
That would be fun
because I would be like screaming to no end, and you know I play as the minivan.
Mm-hmm.
Or like van or something. I just drive around and I'm like, let's do this, you know.
Have you seen some of the trick shot videos for that game?
I have not, actually.
They're unreal. Like the shit people can do. Like they use the boost in air and like do flips in the cars and like it's not like, you know, you think trick shot, you think Call of Duty, you think like, oh, you know, well, you pull out like hatchet, throw it, and then like,
oh my god, 360 no scope.
Yeah,
but nailed it.
This is actually a like legitimate trick shot. Like these people are doing insane.
You know what we
plays.
could do is we could do 1v1s too, like me versus Matt or Matt versus Lone or something like that.
Can we bring up our idea now? Can we do that?
The channel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a good. Good.
All right, okay. All right, hey, and so Nissan and Ellie will be interested in this too. So go on, Noah.
We'll talk. Okay.
Mind you, this is an idea that's
in the works. It is not
in the works, not confirmed. Yeah, there you go.
Not 100%.
I'm gonna repeat what you said because I have nothing insightful to say.
Yeah. we shouldn't even really be mentioning this, but we're gonna because we want to hear your feedback on it. So what we're thinking about is doing a ham radio community, and what that would be is a YouTube channel where various individuals, such as myself, Lone, and Matt, and a few other people, who we're not going to name right now, but we'll talk to, have access to the channel to upload their stuff on. And it would just literally be that, a community channel. You know, and you guys would be able to subscribe to it and see it would be on YouTube, you know, see all that stuff. And it would kind of be all of ours. Some of the kinks that need to be worked out are things like monetization, ad stuff. You know, where does that go to? You know, because that can get a little tricky.
Business.
So, yeah, the business side of things. But the thought of a ham radio community channel we wanted to hear what you guys had to think about that. So if you're not listening to this live, either tweet to us or leave an iTunes review if that's all you can do for some reason.
And essentially the rationale and the thinking behind it is that it's going to be more focused on gameplay as opposed to news and discussions and stuff. So all of the stuff that Maddie and I and Noah, for example, want to upload, but there's no platform necessarily to do that. This is what we want that to be. So uploading, a zombies gameplay that's fun, or a Rocket League, or Gmod, whatever it is. Left 4 Dead. People keep asking me to play Left 4 Dead. Treks. So that's what this, and we're just floating this around. It's just like literally we've just talked about this. So
mind you, it would be all of us working together on this. Like we'd all be playing together or something. It wouldn't just be like us like, hey, what's up, guys? I have this gameplay of Left 4 Dead. You might enjoy it. Have fun, whatever. And it would be us playing together, having a good time, like highlights of those funny moments or whatever. Because it would allow us to kind of during our leisure time, like while we're playing games together or whatever, to actually...
No, real quick. Hold on, let me stop that because I just saw something in the chat.
Fuck.
No fucking Gmod. No Gmod. All right, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. No, that I was just kind of saying that, it's more so for when we're like just chilling and we decide to... It'll, give us a reason to like try to look for going back to other games to play like Borderlands and stuff and just, playing through those. But also like when new co-op games come out, it'll be fun to play those together. Because we know that, with one click of the button, we might have, like, a good video to, put up on our channel.
Yeah. And who knows, there could be some videos that go out. It's just, like, highlight reels, stuff like that. And I think we would get a lot of enjoyment doing that. And I think you got, someone just mentioned Insurgency in the chat. I guess we could fucking play it. I know Matt has it. I do, too.
Also, Payday 2 as well. That's a lot of fun.
Payday 2. Just it would move us from focusing a lot on Fallout, which we still would do in in Bethesda games in the podcast. We still would do that, and we still would do the podcast.
Yeah.
But it would move us to you seeing us all kind of game together and a few other select people. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just we need to make sure that people have the quality of stuff to upload.
And that's a major thing. Even if it's getting people to join the podcast, everyone needs to have good mics. Like whoever's recording needs to have good capture software because everything needs to be HD.
And I don't mean to alienate anyone. It's just we have a standard of quality that we want to keep. You know what I mean? Noah, quit while you're ahead. All out. I swear to God, I was fucking. I'm gonna tackle you.
That's
but
excellent.
Someone said Candy Crush. No, we're not gonna play Candy Crush. But
so
I think it would be a cool idea.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to what I would like to talk about in the gaming news / what we're playing.
What the fuck do you want to talk about?
Okay, this is a bit more serious. This is not fun. Okay, I guess it could be. So what I wanted to talk about was the whole Minecraft education game that's coming out. And the reason why I want to talk about this because what we don't talk a lot about, whether in this podcast or generally, is the actual positive benefits that gaming can have. In terms of education, in terms of helping illnesses, in terms of, like I've seen a lot of games that actually help people that struggle to walk and things like that. And I think this is another one of those things where gaming actually has a good place in the world. And it's not just all violence and, people saying that we're full of sexist pigs because it's not true. So
Octodad got me through my 5-day hospital visit, 5-day stay. Otherwise I would have been dead. No, I'm kidding. And that's a poor joke. I didn't actually play Octodad.
Right. No, but seriously, like I think, like put it this way, it's really hard to retain the attention of kids because small attention spans. But combining something like Minecraft, which is a game that is undoubtedly loved by kids, and then with education, I think there's a lot of positive benefits there.
I actually saw. I was in the library a couple months back. I was doing a paper for one of my classes, and I saw a couple of kids playing Minecraft on the computers at the library, and they had it installed and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. You may hate Minecraft, but it was still neat to see a bunch of like 10-year-olds gathered around playing it.
Definitely.
And problem solving. Now there are definitely negatives to what's it called? I'm sorry, Light Wolf is pissing me off now. What's it called? There are a lot of negatives though to gaming, or they can be. Just like anything, it can kind of absorb you. And it did do that to both Matt and I during high school. I think, or at least for me. I can't really speak for Matt.
No, I agree.
But at least for me, it definitely absorbed me. and YouTube. That's why I kind of don't do it anymore, or at least YouTube as much, because it's just like it consumed me,
What about you, Maddie? What do you think?
I think it's good to see that, people are trying to make gaming not in a forced way, but more than what it actually is. They're not trying to like push any limits, but like make it more than just a leisure thing. Like it can help people. It's been used for people who need to like cope with stuff, whether it's like anxiety, depression, relatable story experiences, that type of stuff. So it's cool to see it go to another area where people are starting to learn with it. It's good to see it start walking out of that stereotype that gaming is for kids with no life, basement dwellers. It's starting to become it's starting to become a job. It's starting to become things you can learn from and things that can help you.
I think that stereotype, quite honestly, has been like destroyed within the last like 8 years.
No, but you still look at mainstream media, not necessarily.
Fair enough.
Like there is still this stigma against people that don't understand the topic, and I hope that more things like this happen, because this is the kind of stuff that will be picked up on by mainstream media. You know what I mean? So,
Cypher just said that, Noah, can you say this to Lone? My country has free Minecraft in primary schools to help kids learn.
That's really good.
That's really cool. That's
excellent. And again, like it's combining a passion with something that's incredibly important, which is education. So I hope that, and I know that there are many games, like I've worked as a tutor in my life, and I know that there are games that actually help with education. And then what I'm playing.
Sorry, a small loan of $1 million. Someone just...
No.
Okay.
What I'm playing Witcher 3. It is an absolutely beautiful game. I'm really liking it. And it's just one of those games where at times you sit there and appreciate the world and the landscape and the sunsets and everything like that. So that's what I'm doing.
As for me,
well, that's good.
I'll talk about what I'm playing. Well, actually, wait, how far are you in The Witcher 3? I want to know that first.
I'm about, I want to say 10 hours in now, roughly.
So you're in Velen?
It's very. I've gotten to the stage where you've seen the Emperor, and then you've gone into the new area, and then
spoiler alert. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not really spoiler. It's nothing. It's really early on anyway, so that's where I am. And I really like that game, not only because of the graphics, but there are times like there was a fight scene in a bar, and it was just epic. Like I really like the cutscenes and how the story develops. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's definition of it. Not the definition, but it's one of the, when you think AAA games, that's definitely one of the first games that should come to mind is The Witcher 3, because in all aspects, they don't come up short. What's cool about The Witcher 3 is that game is so
Metal Gear.
In Witcher 3, they have... That game is so fucking big that it's almost like it's hard as shit to spoil.
Like that.
Someone just told me to use my YouTube money to get an Xbox One. Good one! As if I had YouTube money.
For thinking we're millionaires on YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyways, Maddie, you were saying?
For me, the game, or rather games I've been playing, because I've been able to flip about between a couple. Some of them I've recently started, and the main game I've been playing is one I've been playing since October that I'll get into a little bit, which is Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah. I fucking love this game so much. This is one of, if I knew how much time I was gonna put into this game, I probably would have had it like around the top of my Game of the Year list, because now, mind you, I have the benefit, for those of you who don't really think this game is amazing, I have the benefit of having 3 other friends, a squad of 4 to play with on this game. Basically, I'm saying, no, I'm telling you, because it's like a 5v5, so we basically control the match. It's tactical as fuck. And like, I've seen games that like try to be tactical, and I thought like, this is tactical. No.
This is tactical.
This Rainbow Six Siege is fucking tactical. Because
how much did they pay you to...
No.
Say this.
Oh my god, you're a sellout, Maddie.
I'm just kidding. He didn't get it.
No, they like.
This is all you.
The fucking classes, like each one is useful in its own way. They feed off each other. But the reason I played this so much is because really, if I'm honest, there's not that many game modes in multiplayer. But it's because every round is never the same because of the way like the walls blow up, the way you can tackle any objective. the way you can, how the gunfights come down more to, it's always going to kind of be based off luck and connection because it's an online game, but it comes down more towards skill as well because, if you shoot them in the head with no matter what gun you have, it's a one-shot headshot. So if you aim for the head, you have a good enough shot, you can outgun someone even if they get the first shot on you. But it's not like a run and gun type of game. But I don't even know what's going on right now.
Weston Finley asked me to fist him. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, this is such a haphazard cast. I'm loving every second of it.
This is awful. We're never doing a live cast again. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Matty, sorry. We're sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good.
Sorry.
I'm just kind of ranting now, but yeah, it's a very, very good game. One that I insist that if you do buy, get a friend at least to pick it up with. It's still very, very, very good with two people. You can still get some really cool plays done. And right now, like, I'll tell you guys a quick story. I've been playing as Blitz, who's this class who has a riot shield, but if you press R1, it's a flashbang on his riot shield almost, and it flashes the opponent. But when you press R1, you expose your body, so it's kind of like balanced out, so you can't just flash people and hide behind your shield. And also, when you go to shoot them, you have to put your shield down, so it kind of works out. But I've been creeping around as Blitz, and one of my best friends, Ivan, has been playing as Thermite. And he's basically Thermite can blow down reinforced walls. So we literally do what you kind of see in the movies, where I'm like creeping around with this riot shield, and Ivan's right behind me, looking over my shoulder, just picking people off for me, and like I'm just distracting them and stuff, and like he'll get one person, I'll get the other. Like it's so awesome when you get a good play done. That's why I really recommend you play this game with friends because
but that's where you're at. You have to play it with the full squad. Remember when we fucking played COD with
it's
like
the same with Borderlands, isn't it?
It's the same thing, yeah. Any game you play with a full team, it's fun. Now, I'm not discrediting the game by any means. I'm sure it's an awesome game. From what I've seen with it, it looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
But I can't see myself having fun playing by myself.
No, it's definitely not. It's like you guys said, it's very much like Borderlands, where like if you're by yourself, it's not as good of a game as you hear people rave about and stuff. But
Borderlands is another good game for that channel, by the way. Just saying. Anyways.
Yeah, so I've been playing that, and then I've been playing this game on my phone. I don't play games on my phone much, or really ever, but like I've kind of wanted to play games on my phone because now I have like big breaks in between classes, so like just might as well play something in the meantime. And so I downloaded this game because I saw a Kotaku article, and it was called like the Star Wars game I've been playing for 3 months, and I'm like, oh, here we go, some bullshit Battlefront article. And it actually ended up being like an article on this app called Galaxy of Heroes. And it's like a turn-based Star Wars game where you kind of get like cards, and these cards are like the characters in the universe, and there's like ones from the Clone Wars series, Rebels, the movies, etc. And they even have like ones from the Knights of the Old Republic. They were just selling and I sent Noah a screenshot as a joke, but they were just selling like HK-47 and a bunch of like Assassin droids in this Assassin's Droids pack. And this is entirely a free app. And I sound like I'm fucking promoting this app, but I'm not, because I'm expressing it this time not because Noah said it, but because I've seen other YouTubers get paid to talk about this app. But I'm talking about it from a person who's just kind of downloaded it for the hell of it and kind of enjoyed it. You could pay your way through this game, but they did in my honest opinion, a really good job of making it where you are really well rewarded for just playing the game. If you put the time into the game, and not like a grind fest, but if you just play the game and go on every day, it rewards you because it has like daily rewards, daily activities, and these like equal up to something you could just buy with real money. So as long as you're not really lazy, the game doesn't really force you to buy anything, where like if I see myself playing this a lot more down the line.
So you're basically describing a free-to-play map.
I know, but I'm saying that like for a Star Wars app, you kind of would expect them to lean more towards
strip away the Star Wars though, and it's just like any other free to play.
No,
it's just a grind fest.
No, I just said it's not a grind fest.
Okay, you just said if you're not lazy and you play.
Yeah, I said if you can't.
You're
as in
describing grinding.
But I'm saying if you're not lazy and you can't spend 15 minutes a day to just go on your phone and go on this app and do a couple of daily activities and get what you would get for like $5 worth, that's that kind of lazy. Not spending like grinding. No, it's not. Grinding, spending tedious amounts of hours doing like the same task over and over to get a reward that you could just pay for.
So what difference is in each activity for these 15
because there's
minutes?
different battles. There's like arena battles. I'm not trying to defend this game, but it's like the rewards. You can level up characters. There's dark side battles, light side battles, arena battles. There's challenges, and like each one gives like different rewards that you can kind of feed off of.
I'm sorry, Matt. We don't support mobile free-to-plays on this podcast. So.
We all played Fallout Shelter here. Don't even.
Exactly.
We all played and promoted Fallout Shelter.
He's got me on that.
I'm telling you, it's not like an amazing app, but it's not bad.
Guys.
It's a time waster, but it's fun.
Guys, Bioshock 2 multiplayer on the channel.
Shut up.
Oh, jeez.
Are servers even still active for that shit? Like,
yeah,
we can use H.A.M or something. We'll think of a way.
And then the last game I've been playing is one I recently just started because I'm like a ginormous fanboy of the Oddworld series.
Oh, I love Oddworld. Yes.
I think it's so underappreciated, dude. Like these people need to know how fucking amazing these games are. But I've been playing new and tasty, and they originally gave me a PC code, but like I was like, I appreciate the free code, but I'm gonna buy this game because I love your company. So I bought it on my Vita because they just launched.
Here we go.
Just launched
can't let it go, can you, Matty?
My Vita, my
Vita is so important.
and Greg Miller are the only people in the universe with a fucking Vita.
Me and Greg Miller, we play the Vita together.
One could only dream.
Hey Greg, what are you doing, Biden? And he's got his fucking wiener dog on his lap.
We want him on the podcast at some point. You probably should roast.
I'm not shitting on him. I'm not shitting on him.
There's like always two people on the PSN for the Vita.
No, he's a good
Matty and then Greg Miller.
No, he's fantastic at what he does, though. Good video game journalism. I'm not even joking.
Anyways.
So yeah, I've just started playing that. I'm like a little bit of the ways in. It's very different because the first Oddworld game I played was Munch's Odyssey, which is more of like a 3D platform, while New and Tasty is like the HD remake of Abe's Odyssey, which is a 2D platform. So it's a little bit different, but it's still like really awesome to experience something new in Oddworld because I played the fucking life out of every other game in this series. Yeah. So this is the only one I never got back to playing. So actually, you know what? I haven't played Abe's Exodus either, which they're remaking as well, which is exciting. But I really hope that with these remakes, they're getting enough money in the bank where they can make something like brand new and not just have to remake games. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it quite a bit.
I just have to mention All Out Gaming's comment. He's like, remember when this was a podcast about Bethesda? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm sorry. This stream was a great idea, I have to admit. This is so much more fun. I love it.
I feel bad for the fucking listeners who aren't live though. That's my only thing.
Well, then they can join us
maybe
live
a little excuse, but we are talking about stuff. It's not solely exclusive.
No. But anyways, favorite news bit, Matty?
I'm on IGN right now, kind of looking through things and stuff.
My favorite news bit, I love Nintendo hired Hideo Kojima.
What?
And they now bought out.
Did you really just
Microsoft.
Believe that? Did you really just?
I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Microsoft and are gonna make the next Ratchet and Clank for Atari.
Oh no, that's another thing. Do you know the Atari Vault is coming out on Steam with 100 Atari games?
Yeah. And they're gonna suck because every fucking emulation or whatever.
Here we go.
Old school game is always horrible.
No, it's not. Not every single emulation, please. Come on, Noah.
This is exciting news. Jet Force Gemini trademark renewed by Microsoft. Oh, did anyone here ever play Jet Force Gemini?
I played a little bit of it.
Because I'm not a weeaboo.
It's not a fucking weeb game.
I know. I wanted the silence was beautiful. It was just that like, what the fuck, Noah? Sorry. Anyways. I have not. Monty Radio Podcast.
It's like a third-person shooter, but like it was during the Nintendo 64 era where like that was like unheard of, except for Sarge's Hero, that was a third-person shooter. But like Jet Force Gemini was like really fluid, and the controls weren't that good, but like this shit was so good back then, and oh man, I really want to play that on Rare Replay now. If they make a comeback, I'm gonna be so happy.
Alright. What are we doing now? Is it fan question time now or stream question time now?
Nah, sadly.
Let's get some stream questions, but let's not all read a question at once, okay?
Okay.
So
Stream,
Matt,
ask question.
stop. What we'll do is we'll have Lone read a question. We'll have Matt read a question. Lone will answer, and then Matt will read an answer, and then I'll read an answer, and then we'll like cycle through twice, let's say, okay? So 6 questions.
All right, done.
Okay.
The stream is.
Yeah, I'd limit it to 1 just because I don't know how many actual questions we're gonna make.
We'll see.
How many
my
questions?
point. That's my point. If they're fucking weird, or I'll jump on the weird ones then.
Ace Raptor, don't be
No,
rude.
don't encourage the weird ones. Do not.
No, it's not. It's asking, will you guys make Ham Radio great again? That's really rude. So we're not going to answer that. Why is Matty such a weeaboo?
It's an answer that is too long to answer.
Okay,
kidding.
here's a good question. What's your favorite game that is underrated? Rage. That's my answer.
Okay. No. That's just it. We're keeping it to your answer.
Okay.
So Matt, now.
And I'll explain a little bit. Rage, I think, is underrated because it
Is
actually
mayonnaise a virgin?
Now Rage was a solid game because it had fun gameplay. I liked the boomerang. The story was a bit underwhelming. I liked it how like a year later they decided to release DLC for it under everyone's noses, and no one knew about it. So, but yeah, that's definitely a game that I really like.
Oh, here's one I want to answer. What are the future of Lone and Maddie's channel going to be after Fallout is played out? Why would you pick that? I would pick
because I had a really good answer, but never mind.
So, for me, I won't answer for Lone, but for me, he's saying after Fallout is played out.
Yeah.
Which I can understand. There's always going to be mods, but there'll come a time where Fallout's going to kind of be like, okay, what's the next thing Bethesda's going to work on? It's going to be kind of that floating, what's the next step for us? And for me, I always want to be like the main chunk is always something Bethesda related. So for me, personally, I'm not going to, I know people always joked about it, like kind of like, oh, when's the speculation going to start? But I'd probably shift towards the Elder Scrolls 6 spectrum, but not really dive fully into it because I don't know if I'm buying in as much that they're actually going to do that next. I'm still unsure. Not skeptical or anything.
Come on, they're going to do Elder Scrolls next.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like they can't. I mean, it's just so obvious, Like I just feel like it's hard to doubt. But anyways, that's what I'm going to basically shift my attention towards over time. But what I've noticed is as I started to open my doors to these like more general games where I start doing more coverage on different games is that more companies contact me for like early coverage and to, just work with them more. And for me personally, that's my ultimate goal is to be able to work with big game companies like, and I know people don't like the words, but Ubisoft, EA, Bethesda, etc. Like these are people I've been, and Techland through Mixed Dying Light, these are people that I've had the privilege of being able to work with now. Bethesda aside, these other 3 companies I've had the privilege to work with now because I've decided to expand my boundaries a little bit. So for me, regardless of view count or anything, really hasn't drastically changed as much as I expected. Where as long as I keep expanding and people kind of keep sticking around, that's going to be kind of my course. I'm not going to turn into a general gaming channel ever. I know what grew my channel, which was Bethesda. What?
Rude.
I'm done.
Kidding. Go ahead.
I'm done. For me, I'm still really torn as to what I want to do. I say that I want to go general gaming, but I can't just drop everything that I've done so far and go general. I think I could see myself with the future of just talking about general gaming news because I think everyone has a vested interest in that, no matter what game you really like, Fallout or whatever it is. But I really haven't decided. And, as many people do know, I have a full-time job, so YouTube is always has to be a hobby for me, so I can't throw my all into it. So I have to make videos that are really quick and easy to make, so I can't make, really long and high-quality videos. So I really don't know. I'm torn at the moment.
Yeah, for me, it's just going to be kind of like, I'm not... if there was any hype or build up or anything for like a new Bethesda game, like that would be the core focus of my channel. But like while there's not, like I'm definitely going to do other things. There's no reason to limit myself at that point and just like do what quote works. I'm sure when like BioShock is inevitably announced at some point, like we will be all over that.
BioShock! I want another BioShock.
That'll be our new fucking.
Oh my god.
Fallout.
Is it my turn yet?
It is your turn, Noah.
All right. That's actually a good question, but I already chose my question. Well, the good question is, what are your guys' opinions on Let's Plays, recording, your reaction to games, etc.? I I'm not going to go into that answer, but it's a good question. Well,
I like your question, but I'm not going to answer it.
Let's Plays are good as long as they're edited a little bit to have the best parts, because fucking 45 minutes of you playing Amnesia is not fun to watch. But the question I'm going to answer is from Ratchet570. He's asked this about 63,000 times. Worst game of 2015. So I'm on Metacritic right now, jumping through some of the games that I've kind of seen come out. And one that really pops out to me is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
Yep.
And how fucking quickly that game was thrown together and just spit out for some quick cash, you know?
So wasn't the situation with that EA was about to lose the license or something?
Yep. We talked about it too. We actually went through it when it was out and how fucked up it was. Worst game in 1999, Light Wolf. I actually looked that up because I was originally going to answer that, but none of the games were like a lot of them. No one would know what they were.
Yes. All right, fair enough. So do you want me to ask another question or answer another question?
If you want.
I don't know. I see a lot of messed up questions, so I'm not gonna.
Let's answer a stupid question. Each of us just answer a quick stupid question. What are you wearing right now, Lone?
Trackies and a shirt.
What the fuck is a trackie?
What do you mean? What the fuck is a trackie?
I'm American, Lone.
Tracksuit pants.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
In Australia, we have to shorten everything. That's why McDonald's.
It's a trackie.
Fuck off.
Matt, what are you wearing?
You already know what I'm wearing.
Okay, answer the question.
Hello.
Listener, shithead.
I have a Flash, like the Flash superhero long sleeve shirt and gray sweatpants.
I have a Vans shirt on, and it literally has a red van on it that says Vans and a tree on top of the shirt, and then I have black jeans and socks on.
You know what? Pop Giraffe asks, sweatpants, Sloan. No, they're not sweatpants. No one wears them to the gym. Come on, you wear them to be comfortable. They're not sweatpants.
Lone is a bogan, confirmed. What is a bogan?
So bogan is kind of like the equivalent of redneck in America.
Oh, okay. Plans, wow, typical douche. I work there, Padilla, you dumb fuck. Oh man, I just called a viewer a dumb fuck. I actually feel bad. I'm take that back.
Alright, guys, answer another question.
Well, once one pops up, that is
yeah.
Most underrated food. That's a great fucking question.
Ooh, that is.
Wow,
that is.
okay.
I think I'm gonna say ramen noodles.
No,
like,
they're not underrated.
That's such a typical college food.
No, but they're good.
I top ramen noodles.
Can't. No, they're fucking okay. Let me try to think of a different one. You guys go.
Ah, man, it is a tough one. Okay, I think curry is underrated. I think people are generally turned off by curry, but a really good curry is really like top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Jumbo is really good too.
I have no idea what jumbo is. What is jumbo?
Is that what it's called? Jumbo or no? It's
jambalaya.
Jambalaya. That's what I'm thinking of. Jumbo. You guys, I'm a really big fan of Jumbo. I'm fucking retarded. How does Noah get the bitches? You respect women, and you fucking use Tinder.
Matty.
I'm still trying to think of an underrated food, like one that.
Cod meat or dog's worth. Instead of dog meat and cod's worth, cod meat and dog's worth.
I ask you a question. If you became a YouTuber but never did anything with Fallout, what game series do you think you'd make videos on? Is that okay? You must know the answer to this, right?
Wait, reread it? I'm sorry.
If you became a YouTuber but never had anything to do with Fallout, what game series do you think you'd make videos on? That's from Craze. It's
cold.
BioShock for me. It's obvious. I think.
Simple. Fuck, that's hard. Probably Grand Theft Auto, honestly.
Yeah, okay. I reckon like a COD Zombies channel would be fun to do, like trying to reach records and shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, what's his name? Fucking.
Don't name drop. Just don't.
No, he's known. I'm not gonna shit on him. I just trying to remember his name.
I know he does.
Is that no? Oh God, what is his name? He's known for doing zombies. He's like British.
British.
For me, I do Star Wars.
Syndicate. That's his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. I mean, I'm not name dropping him.
Matty?
For me, I'd definitely go Star Wars. I wish I could do that now. I love Star Wars.
See, though, that's hard, though, because there's a lot of old school Star Wars games, but not enough new ones. So it's like you'd be stuck with old school games, which isn't a bad thing, but it's like sometimes people don't want to watch
the movies, the shows, like overall Star Wars.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you need to specify that, Matt.
Oz.
But I think
I'm still trying to think of that underrated food. Hold on now.
I am too.
Because I was eating something. You know what's funny is I swear on my life I was eating food the other day. I don't remember what that food was, but I thought to myself, I hope someone ever like asks the question, an underrated food, because I would pick that food.
See, here's my thing with it. Okay, underrated food. You're implying that it's something that people say isn't good, but you think is good. I think of that, like, that's hard to say. You know what I mean? Like, I like, what's it called? I forget it now.
Oh, shit. Rachel's online. I see that. For me, I probably.
We're recording. No,
is shrimp like a really loved food? Would you say shrimp is?
Prawn. Prawn.
What? No, shut up.
Shrimp.
Shut up. No, just stop.
It's called shrimp. Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
They're called shrimp. They're called prawns.
Prawn.
Oh, come on now. This is getting ridiculous.
Well, I thought it was shrimp on the barbie, but now it's prawns on the barbie.
It's not shrimp on the barbie. Like, it's a false accusation.
You know what? Yell at Outback for that, because that's not my fault.
Another good one.
Outback is so, like, not Australian, sorry.
Do you guys have Outbacks down there?
No, we don't. That's an American thing, trying to replicate Australian food.
I didn't know that.
Maybe,
I don't know if it's only...
Maybe, I really like the Eggo cereal, but they discontinued that. But that shit needs to come back, like the Eggo waffle cereal.
Holy shit! I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, there's not enough demand for that.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal is really fucking good, too.
They brought back French Toast Crunch.
Which is dumb, because...
It was pretty
I don't
good.
know, it's not that
I got
It's okay, but... Have you guys been reading anything lately? That's actually a good question. I've been reading a book called Sick in the Head by Judd Apatow. And he interviews a bunch of comedians. And it's really interesting. It's not actually as funny as you would think it is, but it's interesting more so. You get a lot of insight on different comedians and stuff. So it's a neat book.
I've been reading a Star Wars book. Sorry, I'm 5.
A Star Wars book?
No, you're not 5. I'm also reading Fables. The fucking...
Yeah,
what's it called?
I'm still kind of like... Because mind you, this is the only book I'm still like chipping away at whenever I feel like reading, which isn't that often. But it's that continuation of the Knights of the Old Republic universe, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Revan, by one of the lead writers of Knights of the Old Republic, the first one. So it's pretty cool.
Fair enough. I don't really read. I read my games manuals on my video.
Hold on. No. You claim to be the nerd here. Mr. I always went to school and had straight A's, but you didn't read.
All right, what?
Okay, put it this way, right? When I read a bunch of textbooks, what do I want to do in my leisurely time? Read some more? No, okay? So I did not read on the side.
Oh, you read on the side.
No, I didn't. I never...
Could totally see. I could totally see you being like that.
What's the book you remember reading that you liked?
I can't... Actually, I think I have it here.
Oh, fuck, Lone, come on.
Well, okay, the Harry Potters, I guess. I started the first one, and I never really finished it. I don't really read much.
Cop out.
Whatever.
Lone's getting salty. He's becoming a salty prawn.
That's excellent.
I refuse to believe Noah reads more than Lone. That is scientifically impossible. It is not. I recently read the Louis C.K. interview in the book. It was actually fucking funny. The interview was composed while Louis C.K. was cooking dinner for Judd. Like during the interview, he was like cooking and shit. I thought that was interesting. There's also a post-mortem of Freaks and Geeks in the book, which is cool. It's neat. But
I can't believe we're talking about books. This is the lowest point.
It's not low at all. Read. You should read. A bunch of 14-year-olds going, that's so fucking dumb. Read. It's good. It's good quality to have.
Look, if I had the time, I would, but I don't. So sorry.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
But an interview is not a book, Noah. Okay, all right. It's full of interviews. It's like a 300-page book full of interviews.
Why wouldn't you just not listen to the interviews?
Because I don't know. They're not. I don't know if they're recorded. I'm pretty sure most of them are written down.
Yeah. All right.
Well, how about we wrap this up with one last question from Brookley? What games are you guys looking forward to this year?
Oh, God damn it.
Far Cry Primal.
That's such a cop-out. That's such a shitty...
Is not a cop-out.
That's such a shitty pick.
Bullshit. What else is coming out this year? Be honest with yourself.
The Ninja Turtles open world game by Platinum Games.
Okay. Do not start this. Do not.
Yeah.
We don't have time for this.
I
don't have time.
I know it genuinely bothered Noah because he texted me. He went out of his way to fucking text me to tell me how this game was going to be bad.
It is. It's going to be
Noah
like a
texts
fucking
me, I know
5 out of
something's up.
10 now.
I'll give
It's
it
going to be
a 7.
a 5 out of 10, and it's going to be to promote the movie, the shitty movie that's going to come out.
What if both are decent, though? That's the thing. You'll sound ridiculous if both are decent.
You tried to tell me that with the Deadpool game when that came out, and look at that shit.
Everyone's saying in the chat right now. No, everyone's saying in the chat right now it's a terrible game. Has anyone here played it or seen gameplay of it? Suck my fucking nuts.
Well, that's the exact same thing with Far Cry Primal, Matty. Don't twist.
We've seen Far Cry.
You know what?
There's only so much you can grunt at a spear and a bear in a game.
I'm not gonna argue with you again. It's not gonna happen.
No, it's gonna be like that Superman Returns game. Yes, I
will openly give Far Cry Primal a chance. I am intrigued, but I don't think it'll be amazing.
Uncharted 4 is a good.
I'll play it, but I don't know if I'll like it.
All right, but let's wrap this up because
Yeah.
I want to eat.
Guys, well, I'll end the podcast this time around. Thank you for joining us on this historic live H.A.M Radio podcast. We'll try to do it again sometime soon. As you can see in the picture, the kangaroo is the best. You guys haven't been watching. But until next time, thank you. Guys, you want to say anything else to wrap this up?
Nope.
Have a good night.
Alrighty, guys. Love you all.
Later.
Peace.